Starting with 007 himself, James Bond. Of all the people that I'm looking at on this list, his criteria is probably the most stuffed because he's the main man, and there's five different variations of 007 in this game, and I'm factoring all of them in, and I'm going to average those thoughts out, and that'll determine his placement on this list. So the first outfit you start out with, I really like the look of it in the movie, but it doesn't translate so well to the character model in a game from 1997. So it looks like some sort of scuba suit. And then you see, I think the next outfit that he gets is his parka in the surface levels. That's something you'd give like your little child, like, oh, you want your little parka? Go out in the snow and wait for the school bus? Here's your little lunchbox. Don't forget your parka. But then you have the character models where Bond is wearing a suit, and he wears it well, even though he looks like he's made up of about 7 pixels and 2 polygons. His jungle outfit, I do like it. Although if you look at his feet, it does look like he's wearing moccasins with gray socks pulled over his pants. And then his last character model, the tuxedo, it's the best one. If I was only going off the fucking criteria of his tuxedo alone, we're probably pushing S tier. Just for the glimmer they give him in his combed back hair, I'd probably put it in S tier. I'm gonna give him a B, a very respectable B. Next up is Natalia. Well, this is a very interesting one. I could hit Natalia with F so fucking hard, man. But I'm not going to do that because so much of the fun of this game is antagonizing Natalia. And with that being said, I'm throwing Natalia. I'm going to give her a C tier. I mean, she just stands there waiting to be shot or slapped. Or I like to throw a knife at her. I don't like having to chase her scared ass all over a level, wasting my time and my life. What helps Natalia out a whole fucking lot is her participation in the jungle level. It's really quite a marvel, to be honest, because Natalia is useless and annoying throughout the entire game, and then you get to jungle, and she's the complete opposite. You know what? I'm fucking giving Natalia B. And this has everything to do with the ridiculousness of her existence. Fuck her. I'm putting her back in C. Okay, we're going to move right on. So, Alec Trevelyan, this guy dresses like I dress a lot of the time. And it's hard not to think of him in the movie because in the movie he is so excellent. If you're about to collapse the global financial world, you don't have to be like twirling your mustache while you do it. He's not like flamboyant or loud in his appearance. He just wants fucking money. At the end of the day, he dresses the same color as his soul. I think just because Bond does look ridiculous sometimes with his high gray socks and his fuzzy hood and his scuba suit, I got to give it to somebody that's just more consistent. All right, so we're going to move right on to Xenia. So Xenia, okay, they tried to make her look all sexy here. Would I call her the sexiest character of all these character models? No, I think that would go to Baron Samedi. I'm going to give her C tier, but above Natalia. It makes her stand out from everyone else on this list is that she is a boss battle. I mean, not even a room off really gets a boss battle. You just shoot him like a bitch. But Xenia, she gives you a fight. Boris, okay. I mean, I wouldn't change a fucking thing about Boris being who Boris is. I like how he's utilized later in the game. Like, I like how he pulls a gun on you in Control, but then drops it. You're not allowed to even shoot him. If you kill Boris in Control, Natalia quits the mission. She says you're clowning around for shooting a traitor. That's just another fucking reason to. All right, I'll put her back. I'm going to give Boris the back of B tier just because he has the audacity and confidence to walk around in a fucking hula shirt with a piss stained white t shirt under it and blue cargo shorts. The guy's living like he's already collected the money from this scheme he's up to with Trevelyan and Arumov and Xenia. You know what? I'm going to give fucking Boris A tier. All right, here we have our first S tier in General Arumov. Look at how sharp this man is dressed. I have always admired and appreciated this costume. Just the way he looks. I just think it's cool. Yeah, I'm hitting General Arumov with S tier just based off of the costume and the hat and the legacy of the look, really. All right. Valentin Surkovsky. Just to put his fat pufferfish ass in this game, someone had to probably spend a few long nights figuring out like which fucking setting to click on in order to blimp him out. So just for that effort that I admire, I'm gonna put him in D tier. He's the lowest ranking so far because he doesn't do anything in this game except waste your time. You're like, wait a minute, no, he gives you time. No, he wastes your time. All right, Mishkin, F tier. Look at him. He's dressed the exact fucking same as these guards over here. Why is that? If these guys are friends of yours, um, I'm killing them, right? So I should kill you too because they're bad guys, right? So you're a bad guy too, right? Like if you're supposed to be good, that would mean that they're good guys too. So I'm just killing a bunch of innocent fathers and husbands. Like you confuse the shit out of me. Who the fuck is going to select Michigan in multiplayer? Nobody. Nobody in the history of existence has ever fucking selected Defense Minister Michigan in multiplayer because you're not cool. You have nothing of value that you bring. You're just in this game to waste time, be confusing, to dress the same as the people that I kill. I don't know what your deal is. Okay, moving into some of the guards now. These two guys are very similar. I do prefer the first one though. The reason I do is because he's wearing a hat. I think they both belong in the same row with each other because they're just so similar. I don't think that they're a whole grade apart. I'm gonna stick their asses right there together. Yeah, okay, that looks like a pretty good spot to me. All right, where do you think I'm gonna put the Russian commander? The top of S tier. Similar in appearance to a room off, but I do prefer this character model a little bit more. The color is just a little bit more vibrant. I fucking love this guard. I mean, I as a kid growing up, I used to dress up like this guy, and I'd be like, pretend I was the fucking commander. I just recently made a fan film of Goldeneye with a bunch of friends, and I gave myself a role, a cameo role as the Russian commander. The scientists, I'm going to give the scientists S tier, right behind the commander and the general. You can shoot them twice, and they draw a DD-44, which is just another cool little aspect to them. Like the developers didn't have to put that in there, that they pull a gun on you if you shoot them, but they did, and I love that they did. What are they up to? Making chemical weapons? Cooking drugs? I don't know. All I know is that they're scientists, and that's what a scientist should fucking look like. Whenever I see a white lab coat, I think of a scientist before I think of a doctor, and I attribute that to knowing this character early on in life. The scientist takes S tier. The female scientists, I think pretty sure that's who this is. You don't fucking see them anywhere in the game. I guess they didn't include female scientists because they didn't want you shooting women. So I guess this game wasn't made by Rockstar. I'm just gonna put her in D. If she was in the campaign, maybe I'd feel a little bit differently, but I don't. Okay, the Yanis Marine. Again, we have a situation here where, like, the tack vests don't ever look very good. If that's supposed to be a fucking tack vest, it doesn't translate well into this game. I'm gonna give these guys. I'm gonna group them in with these guards here. Okay, next the naval officer, I believe. The green color, I think is pretty ugly, and it doesn't really blend in with the environment. I don't know what I would expect really, but I mean they look like they're fucking gardeners in the jungle level. I'm gonna plop them into D. Yeah, back in D. All right, helicopter pilot. See, this is the color that the hostages should have been. I do remember people often picking them in multiplayer. I don't know that I ever picked them myself, probably a couple of times, but never stood out to me as anything significant. I think I'm gonna place the helicopter pilot. I'll give him C. There's nothing really I could knock against him, but there's no praise I can really give him either. So just middle of the road. And if someone's like that fucking vanilla middle of the road, then I don't think they deserve to be on the upper echelon of the tier list. I think they should be on the downward because they're not anything significant. They're forgettable, and if you're forgettable, well, that's one of the worst atrocities you could commit in a video game. I might even downgrade his ass later. Definitely a C minus character. Um, I think this fucking whole thing is just ugly. I'm gonna keep Michigan. Michigan. See, it even hurts. to fucking say Michigan's name. Fuck you, Michigan. I ought to put you over here. This bitch, I just think that is the ugliest fucking blue or green or aqua, whatever the hell this is. I just think it's an ugly ass color. It disgusts me. This fucking guy, I'm gonna try to disregard the fact that he's holding the magnum up like that, but I mean, this is more what I'm talking about. I like the fucking sweater vest. I'll give him C tier. I actually like all three of these character models. Shit, I would wear clothes like this myself in everyday life. So I'm gonna give all of these guys respectable placement in the tier list. I have no idea why the fuck they couldn't implement these character models within the streets level as well. Okay, I'm gonna put them in C tier, but above these fucking bitches. I'm gonna put purple shirt at the top, sweater vest second, red shirt third. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I think that's fair. Okay, I believe this guy's called St. Petersburg Guard. Okay, special in that he's the first guard that you encounter within the game. So is a staple. And do I like the outfit? It's pretty decent. You know, I like the kind of long coat and the green pants and the KF7. You know, decent. I think I'll group him with these other guards, but just at the back. I like these character models more. Okay, Siberian Guard, S tier. These characters, these baddies, these Spetsnaz dudes are so memorable. When I did my levels tier ranking list, I ranked Surface very low, which I kind of regret. I think that's the point, is to kind of bring some restraint and calmness after the first three missions. I wanted to rein it back a little bit. And the music is so incredible in Surface. And these guards are so well designed. Simplistic, but beautiful to me. Also, I included these guys in a fan film that I made. Okay, Arctic Commando. I'm going to place these guys. It's either an S minus tier or an A plus tier. I think I'm going to give them A plus. I think it just works so well for guards on the interior of a snow level. Oh, they got hats. I love it. I love the suspenders on the blue camo and the weapon that they're issued and the boots. Everything. Just really excellent. But believe me, this guy is like fucking beaten on the door to get into S. This guy here, I like the look. I like the black long coat. They got hats. Big points for that. I think I'm going to group him in with the other guards. I'm going to say a little less memorable than the Yanis Special Forces. I think I'm going to put him right there. That looks like an appropriate spot. This guy is an interesting one. He kind of looks like a glorified mailman. I think I'm going to put him at the back of A tier. Just like super sharply dressed, really cool. Very similar to my favorite character, which is the Russian Commandant, only he's blue. I remember picking him often in multiplayer because of that reason, but he is lacking a hat. Jungle Commando, I'm going to throw up into A tier as well. Whether or not he's in front of or behind the Arctic Commando, I think I'm going to put him just behind. The Arctic Commando just holds a little bit more significance for me. I wish there was actually a third variation of this costume that was orange, and it took place at like a volcano level. You know, Doctor Evil's Mountain of Doom. I forget what this motherfucker's called at this point. I just struggled. I think it's like Yanis Elite or Yanis Guard. I don't know. But I'm trying to think of the first time you run into these fucks. This particular guy, he is lacking a hat and sunglasses, but I do know that these guards wear that within the game, so I'm taking that into consideration. It's just that this particular picture doesn't have the hat and sunglasses, but it is a much better look when they do. So this guy, for that reason, I'm going to give a pretty respectable ranking. I'm going to say B tier. All right, the Moonraker guard. Okay, well, I always found the yellow spacesuits to just be fucking like wildly ridiculous comic booky. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's not a flaw. I'm gonna say that the Moonraker guard, I'm gonna give him back an A tier. This fucking woman, I'm just gonna give her F. Not included in the fucking game. You know, looks lazy, looks stupid. Not even wearing the fucking helmet. I need to just move on from that. This fucking Moonraker guard, extremely wildly unique. I mean, it makes Aztec stand out even more than it already does with the environment. I mean, just look at what they look like compared to all the other guards. They're utilizing the color yellow primarily with this guard, like an overabundance of yellow. And I like that because if you look at all the other characters, none of them have like any yellow in their character model. So this guy makes up for all of that. I'm actually going to place the Moonraker guard above Boris. Oh, not there. I'm going to place him above Boris. And I'm actually going to switch. There we go. Okay, that looks better to me. Mayday. I don't like A View to a Kill is probably one of the James Bond movies I watched the least. Even though I know I shouldn't be even mentioning the movie in this tier list so much because it doesn't factor into my ranking of these characters at all. I still can't help but think about it. But Mayday, I never picked her in multiplayer. I don't really know of too many people that did. Again, I think it's kind of the same situation as characters like the helicopter pilot. Jaws, I'm gonna give S tier. I'm gonna keep him at the back though, because I've always just loved this outfit. I love that he's in Aztec with the two AR-33s. Because we don't get many boss battles in Goldeneye. You get Xenia and you get him, and he is definitely like the boss 2.0. Aztec is already hard enough, but throwing him in the fucking basement, oh, so creepy. I know you can be a cheap ass and take him out easily. I'm not going to blame anyone for that, but I just love that he's in the game. I love that he's so fucking heavily armored. He's almost fucking indestructible, like a Terminator, and he can fuck your shit up so bad if he gets you in his crosshairs. So memorable, so excellent. You pick him in multiplayer, you're a big target, but what the fuck? It's just fun. Odd Job, what a hell of a reputation this guy has. I do love having him as a character when I play Nightfire multiplayer. And I should mention that I played Nightfire multiplayer growing up way more than I did Goldeneye. Me and my cousins just took to that a lot more. But in this game, he can't throw his hat. I think I'm gonna put him at the top of C tier, just because of all the fucking like bitching and complaining that people have done over the years about him being too short. Baron Samedi, what a weird one. The very last boss that you encounter, uh, he's definitely like a bitch. You could consider him a boss battle, yeah, but like Xenia and Jaws are way harder to fight, and this guy's just kind of fucking pathetic. You shoot him with the golden gun, he comes back to life. Then you do it again, he comes back to life, and then you shoot him a third time, and he's down for good. But he's not. He comes back in the last cutscene. So it adds a supernatural element to the GoldenEye game that doesn't exist anywhere else within it, and I think that is quite a powerful thing, actually. I'm gonna give him. I think I'm gonna give him a B tier. Yeah, not a higher ranking because I think he should have been harder within the game, but not a lower ranking because there's just too much going for him that makes him memorable and unique. So, looking over this list, and I'm gonna see if I want to swap anything around. Um, the people that are in S tier, it's easy to keep in S tier. Those in A tier, that makes pretty good sense to me. I love these guard character models. Just really excellent. This guy is just dressed nice. Boris is just a fucking confident nerd. Um, very, very fucking B plus character models here. Um, serviceable. And C has that too, just not as potent as the characters do in B. And in D, it's like, we're kind of getting into the realm of like, why are you here? Nothing special about you. And then F, there's just reasons to fucking hate these three. I hate this woman's clothes. This Moonraker woman, it's like, why are you not wearing a helmet? Why do you look 80 years old? Why do you look like Frances McDormand? Why do your tits look like Pyramid Head? I just don't understand you. No one's gonna fucking pick you either. Um, and then fucking Michigan, just a fucking piece of shit. No one will ever fucking pick you in multiplayer, and nobody ever fucking has. What the hell is he doing in this goddamn game? He serves no fucking purpose other than to waste your time and point guns at you and leave you feeling confused about the kind of people you're shooting. I mean, he's about as irrelevant as a fart in outer space. But then again, so am I. I mean, I'm sitting here in my underwear at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, alone in my house, making a tier list from a video game that's almost 30 years old. So while I would like to say I'm not here to judge, I am here to judge. That's exactly what I'm doing right now with all of these characters. And my judgment places Michigan in F tier. These characters, whether they played a main role, small role, a big role, mediocre role, minor role, whatever the fucking role, all of them with the exception of a few, have a place within this game and a special place in my heart and memory. And I know they do for a lot of you as well. I know this game was maybe your first video game you ever played, or you played it in the mid to late 90s and have fond memories of it. And images of these guys stay etched within your mind. And whenever you hear the word commander or scientist or general or soldier, one of these character models may very well be the first image that pops in your brain. And I think that's something significant. So, anyway, that's my tier list of the Goldeneye characters. Some may say this was an unnecessary task, but I don't think so because I had fun doing it. Um, I don't know that there's any other tier lists that I could make out of the game Goldeneye other than the music, perhaps. I kind of want to branch off to other categories as well. Like I want to keep making tier lists, but I don't want to just do Goldeneye forever. If anyone has any suggestions of things they would like me to rank, I'd be all ears. But anyway, thank you for watching. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is.